This is Lorenzo from Surfy Industries. Surrounded today by reverb tanks, but luckily this is our normal situation at Surfy Industries. But today I'm trying to answer to one question that many of you continue asking us, probably because they're a bit lazy not going on our website surfyindustries.com and look for the information that is already written there. Now the question is this: should I buy this or should I buy this? So should I buy the SurfyBear Classic or the SurfyBear Metal or Compact? I will not go into the details of each of our products. You can go on surfyindustries.com and see all the small details and the feature that the various products give you. But I'll start telling you that it's impossible basically to say that a tank is better than another per se. There's a whole bunch of factors that count when choosing a reverb tank. First of all, you need to very much focus on the kind of sound that you have in your mind. If you're referring to that old classic surf sound of the 60s, or you're looking for something more modern, if you're using other pedals, and then when you try a reverb tank, you always should have to go with your own equipment, because remember that the guitar you have, the pickups you have installed on the guitar, and then the picks that you're using, the gauge of the string, either they're round one or flat ones, and then which amplifier you're using, if it's a solid state, is a tube, if it's a tube, what tubes you're using, both in the preamp and both in the power output tubes, how powerful is the amplifier, how much headroom that amplifier gives you, and then you go into the speaker. What speaker are you using? 10 inch, 12 inch, 15? Does it have central aluminum dome like the JBLs, the old JBLs, or a paper dome? Is an aggressive speaker? What kind of sound you like? So there are so many components that realistically it's impossible to say if you get this reverb, you have the perfect reverb sound. That's not true. Also remember that it's difficult to say what reverb is better until you play with the band and you try with your guitar to cut through the mix of the band, with all the band playing with you, and make sure that the sound is exactly what you like. Because when you play with the band, everything changes. So one thing is to play in your bedroom, in your living room, plug in the most beautiful amplifier you can have, the most perfect configuration, and then you go in the band and play on stage, and all of a sudden you say, oh, this is not how it was sounding at home. So let's go back and check in the differences between the SurfyBear Classic and the SurfyBear Metal or Compact. So why you should have to buy one or the other? Let's start from the Classic, because it's our traditional SurfyBear, and this is the one that replicates exactly the sound of that Fender 6G15, either a 63 or reissue. We are referring mostly to an original 63 reverb tank. Same kind of acoutronic pan, as we know, long one, type 4, and in the Compact there's a type 8. So this is the first difference, depending on what you have to do. If you have to set it up on a pedal board, or you like to keep it as a standalone reverb unit. This is wooden chassis, three kind of tonics, so blonde, brown, and black, like the original Fender one. So eventually you choose matching the amplifier that you have. This unit has an external foot switch, but this is not through bypass. This is the major difference in terms of sound. This means that when you get in here and you come out of here, the unit itself will work as a sort of a preamp anyway and will affect your sound. In our case, it will make the sound a little bit darker, following exactly what the old tanks were doing. And you might like it or not. Remember that, some people say this is a solid state, you will never match a tube reverb. I think this is false. Because in a live situation, in a practical situation, you will not be able to tell the difference. It depends also here on manufacturers. You remember that these are analog units. Even the reverb pan that you put inside changes the sound. There are some reissue Fender tanks, for example, that sound fantastic. Some other that are almost unplayable. Same with the old ones. Some of the old ones are extremely good, extremely beautiful. Some other are really harsh, and they don't produce like that fat and nice sound that you would expect from an old tube tank. Also, tubes sounds very good. It's impossible to replicate the sound of the tube. when you listen to an amplifier standalone in your bedroom. But not necessarily you're looking for that kind of sound, because a very fat sound will affect eventually other pedals or other effects that you have connected. So going back to the point, wooden chassis, Tolex, classic construction, non-true bypass. When we check instead the SurfyBear Metal, for example, I say the same thing for the Metal and the Compact. For this matter, they're exactly the same. Of course, you will have a little different sound depending on the fact that this is a Type 4 reverb pen, the long one, and the Compact is a short one. So of course there are some little differences. I've done another video explaining the differences between the SurfyBear Metal and the Compact. Check that one. And this one, like the Compact, are true bypass. So the sound, due to the true bypass circuitry, will result to be a little tiny bit brighter. But again, you will not hear that. You will hear still a very full sound depending on the amp you have. So like all the true bypass pedals, it is required to have a little clean boost in order to balance the potential signal loss that you have on the effect when the effect is on. The important is that when the effect is disengaged, whatever comes here is the same of whatever comes here. It does not affect your sound at all when it's off. That's the point of the true bypass. Same for the SurfyBear Compact. This is the difference, so you have to choose between what fits you better, what is your necessity. If you don't play surf music and sometimes, once in a while, you turn the reverb off, I might recommend you to check the Metal or the Compact first, but still, these remain our top-of-the-line product. So this is what we consider the state-of-the-art, solid-state reverb that recreates the sound of the original Fender 6G15. This is all. Check the information and the details on each single of our product at surfyindustries.com. Contact us for any kind of question. Visit our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And, well, we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.